How to get German resident permit. Welcome to Tochi's channel. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, my dear good friend, you are highly welcome. I beg you for a favor. After watching this video, if you like it, subscribe, put on your notification bell. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Like you all know, I talk about life in Germany here, motherhood. I give information to those who want to know more about Germany, either those who are planning to come here to work, to relocate, to study, and also to do business. And in this video, this is just like a requested video. Somebody asked me, how can I get a German resident permit? And that is what I am going to be discussing in this video. But before I proceed, I would like to explain what a German resident permit is. If your goal is to visit Germany for touristic purposes, you don't have to flit about a resident permit. A tourist visa allows you to stay in Germany for about 90 days and explore the country and all it has to offer. Staying beyond the permitted 90 days is not possible, though, without a resident permit. A German resident permit allows you to stay in Germany for a more extended period than only 90 days. During that time, you can study, work, or engage in other activities in the country. But how do you know whether you need a resident permit? Except for people from EU countries, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein, all other foreign nationals need a resident permit to stay in Germany for more than 90 days. Many foreign nationals will have to apply for the resident permit for Germany from their home countries or get a Schengen visa to enter Germany for 90 days. For some countries, though, it is possible to enter Germany without a visa during those first 90 days and apply for the resident permit from inside the country. It should be noted that although each German resident permit involves different requirements, now we are going to be looking into the requirements of this resident permit. It depends on the country you are applying from and the type of resident permit you are looking for. Depending on your length of stay and the requirements you fulfill, there are various types of German resident permits. In general, 3 resident permits allow you to stay in Germany for different periods. There is one called temporary resident permit. As its name suggests, the temporary resident permit or limited resident permit, that is Aufenthaltserlaubnis, is for shorter stay in Germany. When you get this type of resident permit, you can stay in Germany for 1 year only. However, it has the possibility of extension provided that your situation does not change and that you fulfill the requirement. The temporary resident permits is granted to foreign nationals if they have a specific reason for staying in Germany. When you apply for this type of permit, you state why you want to stay, and the card released to you specify it. Afterward, you cannot engage in an activity that your resident permit doesn't allow you. For example, if you apply for the temporary resident permit for studying, it will state that you can only study and not work. The other way around apply as well. The temporary resident permit is the first type of permit that most foreign nationals get. It creates a basis for a more permanent stay in Germany. One of the requirements then for the permanent permit is to have held the temporary permanent for a specific period of time. Only those with exceptional cases can surpass this requirement. There are many reasons that a person would want to have a temporary resident permit for Germany. Now, let's look at another one. Employment purposes. Finding a job in Germany qualifies you to get a temporary resident permit. You can initially start your job hunt from your home country, or you can get a German job seeker visa to go and search for one within Germany. Either way, after get an employed offer, you can apply for a temporary resident permit. You are not allowed to start working before you obtain the document. Now, let me throw more light before I continue. A lot of people are asking me, I want to come to Germany to work. How do I go about it? You can go to Google, search for job seekers visa to Germany. Then when you study it, you will know all they need from you. Then if you get the job, it's online. You must not come to Germany to look for work. That is what I want to clear here. A lot of you think that you must be here before you start searching for work. You can search for work at your home country through internet. Then when they offer you the job, that is when you will go and apply for job seekers visa to Germany. Then if you apply, they will give you 6 months. When you come here, if you secure the job, when you come here, they will give you 6 months contract. Any work you find in Germany, they will give you 6 months contract to test you. Then after the 6 months, if they extend your work like 1 year, 2 year contract, then you are able to go and renew your resident permit. You need to meet several requirements before being allowed to work in Germany with a resident permit. Some of them include German proficiency, and then you and your employee must prove that the job position could not be filled by other German citizens, EU citizens, or priority workers. Priority workers are those who have been in Germany for a long time. Additionally, you must get approved from the Federal Employment Agency or Bundesagentur für Arbeit. That is the people that take care of job. After you get your approval and meet the requirement, you can apply for the resident permit. Your employment contract determines the period of time you are allowed to hold your permit. If your contract is for only 2 years, your permit will also be valid for 2 years. However, you can extend it as many times as you need, as long as you maintain your employment status. So what are they trying to tell us here now? Is this your work? That is one thing I keep telling people. If you find yourself here, try as much as you can to find something doing. Once you are working, they see that you are working seriously, you are paying your tax, then they will be renewing your resident permit. Like students, some of the students that are coming here, they are giving you maybe 3 years, 4 years, depending on the length of your study. Then if you finish your education and you find a comfortable job that is paying you, then they will be extending your stay. Now, studying purpose. Temporary resident permits are also given for students who will be completing an undergraduate, graduate or vocational training degree in Germany. They usually get the resident permit for the length of their program. During their education, they can work full-time for 120 days or half-time for 240 days. Besides, they can engage in work-study position. However, they cannot enter long-term contract. After they finish their degree, students can extend their temporary permit for another 18 months to find a job in Germany. Do you see what I'm saying? German authority allow this since they want to stay in Germany and work. The German authority give them that opportunity to stay and work. Now, marriage purposes. This is another way of getting a resident permit. Marrying a German citizen or a person who has a permanent resident permit in Germany allow you to stay in the country, but you will still need a resident permit. There is no single German resident permit through marriage, but this means that you will get your permit to stay in the country for family reunion purposes. Some sex couples are also accepted in Germany and are eligible to obtain residence. Well, my people, I will stop here. If you have any questions regarding to this, especially those of you that is asking me about working in Germany, please ask me questions the same time so that I can make a video. I cannot be answering your question. For those who are always asking me my number, I cannot display my number on internet. You can write me on Instagram with Chukwuezitochi, then I will respond to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.